Hello student, welcome back. So now I'm going to do problem number 1 to to apply the idea of the application of derivative right here. So the first question says find the absolute extrema. Okay, absolute extrema. Now when the term extrema is general term for not only maximum but also minimum. Okay, so we are going to find the absolute extrema of this function right here, and we have a certain defined interval. We are not going to look at it throughout the entire function of negative and positive infinity, but we'll be looking at the interval between -1 to 8. Okay, so let's begin here. Okay, so to start, whenever the question says find the absolute extrema, you have to first look for critical numbers. Okay, so you need to look for critical numbers. Okay. Remember from our previous videos, I mentioned that critical number is when we have the derivative of the function set n equal to 0 and then find the s value in which the derivative is 0. So the first step is to take the derivative of this function right here. And so what we'll be looking at is the derivative is, and I don't want to take too much time to perform the derivative here, so I'll just write down the solution, which is a over 3 x to the 5/3. Okay, forgive me for this because I haven't been writing this in a long time using the Wacom, so I'm still learning to write it neatly and properly. If you need to pause the video to trying to catch up with what I said and what I write, feel free to pause it. Okay, for the second function, I have, not second function, the second part of the derivative is s to the -1/3. Okay, now, so that is the derivative of this function in general. But I want to find where is the slope being 0. So I'm going to say that's 0 equal, and then what I'm going to do is try to solve for this. And what I did is I factor 8/3 out, and 8/3, I also factor out -1/3. Okay, so I end up having a square minus 4 on the inside. Okay, if I left this equal to 0, then either this is equal to 0, or I would have s squared minus 4 equal to 0. So when I solve for that, I end up having s equal to 0, or it could be a -2, +2. Okay, so what is this? These are the critical numbers. Okay, the critical number is the value of s where the derivative is 0. Remember from our review, okay, the value when the derivative is 0, okay, that right here and this one right here, then they are called critical numbers. Okay, critical number. Okay, now to say that find the absolute extrema. Absolute extrema means that we are going to find that y value or f of s. So let's say I have the s value right here, okay, and then I would have the y value for that function. Now, critical number, when you start to find absolute extrema, whether it's maximum or minimum, you not only look at critical numbers, okay, but you will also look at the endpoint, okay, of the interval. So I will begin by saying that I have two endpoints. One is at -8. I mean, not -8. One is let me see, where's my eraser? Ah, here's my eraser. Let me go ahead and erase that and erase that. Okay, so it's supposed to be at -1 because the interval goes from -1 to 8. Okay, so that is one value, and then 8 is another one that is the endpoint. Now, since these are my critical numbers, look at those three. Out of those three, the -2 is out of domain. Okay, -2 is to the left of -1, so we don't consider that. So we only have two critical numbers for to find the absolute extrema, and that would be 0 and 2. Okay, so when you plug it into the function, okay, the original function right here, when you plug that into the original function, okay, you're gonna end up having the following value. When you plug -1 in, you're gonna have a -15. Okay, when you plug in 0, when you plug in 8, you're gonna have the value of 192, and 0 will be 0, and 2 will be -19.05. Okay, so let's take a look at these numbers. Out of those numbers, the extrema, okay, extrema means maximum and minimum. So it looked to me that 192 is the absolute maximum. And -19.5 is the absolute minimum. Okay, now they might not be absolute maximum and minimum of the entire function, but they are the absolute maximum and minimum for the interval between -1 and 8. Okay, I'll see you in the next problem.